Let's go, boys.
Care package available for tasking.
Mega kill. What's going on, guys? Simsy here, and today I'm bringing you my opinions on the Black Ops 4 beta so far, especially with it coming out in just effectively less than 2 days. It's going to be back out again. Hopefully they release it early as well. We can get playing again and get stuck right back into the beta. But I want to go ahead straight away and say that the beta has had so much stick from people, it's unreal, and I think a lot of it's kind of unjustified. Personally, I've really enjoyed the beta. Towards the end, I did get very bored of it, but I think that's fair enough when there are things wrong with it. I will go through them. But some of it's being addressed already, which is pretty decent. It's a good start, I think, that they had on the beta. I think there's a lot of positives as well as quite a few negatives as well. But this is the whole point. People seem to be forgetting that this is a beta. It's to iron out a lot of the problems so that when it comes to the full release, we can actually enjoy it. I know we've said that on so many games, and I'm first person to stick my hands up and say, look at World War II. Beta of that was pretty fun. I was looking forward to it, and by the time I hit Master Prestige, I just stopped playing it. It was just, I couldn't be bothered. It was too bad, too boring. There wasn't enough going on with it. Anyway, different game. Hopefully this is a fresh start for Call of Duty. But yeah, anyway, in terms of the actual game itself, it's completely different. It's incomparable to a lot of other Call of Duties. The whole matrix of the game has changed. A lot of people started off by saying, yeah, it's just like Black Ops 3, it's just like Black Ops 2. Let me tell you, I've streamed those two games consistently pretty much every day of my life for the past couple of months. It's different. It is different. People will say it's similar. Yeah, there are similarities. There's similarities with a lot of different games, a lot of different Call of Duties. The Specialists are the only real similar thing to Black Ops 3, but some of them are different. They play differently. They're not exactly the same as they were in the other in Black Ops 3 anyway. For example, Prophet, I mean, just take a look at his Tempest, is completely different. Personally, I would prefer it to be like the other one, but it's a new game, whatever. There is other things in the game to worry about than just simply bringing stereotypes to gaming. There's so many different things that are actually really good with this game that a lot of people have kind of missed out on. The most important part to remember about this game is that it was brought out to give kind of a competitive feel. Now, whilst I don't completely agree with doing that, it does keep the game quite exciting. You have to be so on it, it's unreal to have a good game. You look at people like Korean, I watched quite a few, I was mentioned on stream earlier, I watched a couple of Korean streams, and even he wasn't getting 2KDs on every single game. Don't get me wrong, him, completely incomparable in terms of level of playing, but I mean, I had really good games, then I'd have a couple of bad games where I wasn't quite concentrated as much. Maybe I was looking at my live chat. It's just the way the game plays. You literally have to be on it to have a good game. It has got that competitive edge to it. Whether or not I completely think that that's a good thing, I'm kind of undecided completely yet, but I think it is still, inevitably in the end, I think it will work out to be a good thing once they fix the niggly problems. So let's get into those niggly problems. I just want to kind of highlight the obvious one first. The obvious one is the health. Now, I personally am of the opinion that the health side of things, the 150 is too much for me. I like the stim pack. Well, it doesn't even need to be a stim pack. I don't know what it's called. The health you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. The way you regenerate your health on this game, I do like it. But I think the 150 is too much. A lot of people are saying it's good. Some people are saying it's bad. I would say more people are saying it's bad than good. The reason I'm personally sticking with the reason it's bad is that the amount of gunfights that you would run into, if you're on your own and you don't have somebody else there with you, and you run into 2 or 3 people, you've got to just do some quick maths and understand that it is so much more complicated than all the other Call of Duties, because 100 health is very basic. If you run into 2 people on Black Ops 3, let's say, where it's at 100 health, you run into 2 people, that's 200 health that it takes to kill those 2 people. You run into 2 people on Black Ops 4, 2 people, that's 300 health. So it's effectively like you're killing 3 people on Black Ops 3 versus killing, when actually you're only trying to kill 2 people on Black Ops 4. Now I know that sounds confusing, but the maths is there, it's kind of basic. Basically, all I'm trying to say is that you could run into a gunfight on your own and you will die so much easier, and it's so much more difficult to actually get a feed or actually get a really good streak. It is more difficult. Personally, I think it's a bit too much. Maybe 125, lower it down to 125. If you don't want to do it all the way down to 100 because of the way that the health regenerates, why not try drop it down to 125? I think that would be a good compromise and a way to fix it, make it more enjoyable, or maybe even just test it on the beta, see how it goes. I think that's a good option. The other thing that they need to address, and I believe they are going to, and I'm going to go through the full update that's just been released as well in a little bit, but they need to address the armor. The armor should just come out. I don't like it. I've never liked anything like that. It's basically like putting Juggernaut on. It just makes no sense to me whatsoever. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. It just it angers me so much. You have to put armor piercing rounds and just waste the class slot on counteracting it. But whatever. I'm pretty sure they'll take it out, or at least nerf it quite a bit anyway to make it a bit weaker. We'll see. We'll see what they do with that one. But yeah, as I said, that side of things annoys me. The other little thing that is literally the most pathetic thing ever, which you guys might look at and think, well, you're just moaning for the sake of moaning. I don't really care. This is just one thing. It's just niggled me. It's not a big problem whatsoever. But it's the way the scoreboard looks. I'm somebody that likes playing, and if I get to the top of the table, I like everybody to easily be able to see the fact that I've absolutely destroyed them. Or if somebody else in the game has absolutely destroyed me, or they're in my team and they've done really well, I like being able to compare everybody's stats just there, like on a normal conventional Call of Duty scoreboard. I don't like the way that you have to scroll down, look at the bottom, then you can see what KDs people have got. Half the people haven't even noticed that you can even check other people's scores. I don't know, it just seems a bit stupid to me. Teething problem, I'm sure that can be changed, or maybe they'll leave it like that and I'll get used to it. Okay, now the next bit as well, in terms of health side of things, there's one of the specialists that I really like is Crash. He's really underrated. There's nothing that you can use with him that's really going to get you like kills, but he gives you the armor pack and he gives you like the health boost. The health boost does not work. It boosts you from 150 up to 200, and I swear to God it minuses you 50 health. Every single time I get shot with that, once I've got the 200 health active, I just die. What's that about? Fix it, please. The one other thing that people would mention straight away is the score streaks. I'm not going to say that because actually there's just been an update that's been released that I'm going to run through with you guys now. I'll pop a little link to it in the description, and I'll pop a picture of it so you can easily read it yourself if you don't want to listen to my droning voice. But they have made a 2GB update for the weekend, which basically they've made a big pass, it says, at tuning the effectiveness of score streaks that are underperforming. So they're expanding the Hailstorm's cluster lock-on radius, which is good because goddamn it sucked. The Lightning Strike's shell damage has been increased. They're upping the health of the Sentry turret. My god, the Sentry was woeful. Making the Strike Team better. The Strike Team was okay, but not amazing. They're making as well the Strafe Run's plain pathing better and increasing the attack chopper's targeting. The attack chopper was shit. Like, there's no doubt about it. It sucked. So I'm glad they're fixing that. That's good as well. They've also changed some things in the movement just to make it a little bit more difficult to move quickly. They slowed everything down a little bit. It was so fast paced, it was a bit much, so I'm not too bothered about that. I thought it was kind of fun that you could move that quickly, but it did also make it a little bit hectic. Maybe that'll calm it down a little bit as well. And this is what I was mentioning in terms of armoured side of things. The armoured they've put at the end here, because it's a hot topic, going to address it separately with a dedicated thread, and they want to leave that alone until more content is unlocked. So at some point they're going to address the armoured situation, so hopefully they can come to some kind of conclusion with that pretty quickly, and we'll get some kind of answer. But yeah, so I think this is a good sign for Call of Duty. When it comes to World War II, it took them so long to fix everything. Hopefully, if they can iron out a lot of these things now, pre the game release, rather than World War II, where they just did everything for months on end, and then eventually, like half a year later after it came out, it was an okay game. By which point, nobody gave a damn and wasn't playing it anyway. Hopefully this will make it a lot better. My overall opinion, as I said, this game has got so much potential to be fun. I had a really good time playing it. As I said, literally, I got a bit bored, and you might have noticed that towards the end of the stream, I was getting bored and maybe a little bit worked out with some of the things that need fixing. I think that's fair enough considering the amount of time that I played it over that period when there's only 5 maps. That can come kind of boring, so once the full game's out, I'm sure it'll be really good, or maybe they introduce some more maps. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think, so do let me know. Let me know what you guys thought. Did you like it? Are you looking forward to the next weekend? Are you going to still play it? Are you going to give it a try? Maybe you're not. Just let me know what your thoughts are. That'd be really good to know. As well, the other thing that I wanted to say before I end me talking and leave you with the end of the footage, if there is any, is that I keep trying to push this. I've put the first episode out of the Subscriber Game of the Week challenge. I keep saying it. I need your guys' footage, man. If you guys have got an amazing game, like my first one that I put up was a pistol-only nuke that we had on Black Ops 3. If you guys get a really good game, whether it's on Black Ops 3 or any other Call of Duty, and you've managed to either record it on theatre or whatever, as long as it's not PS3 because mine's broken, or if you can record it yourself and send it to me, that's absolutely fine. give it to me and I'll upload it to the channel. You'll get consistent shout outs from it. You might gain something from your channel, or maybe you just want us to have your footage uploaded on YouTube. I think it's a really cool series. It's got a lot of promise, and I'd really like to take that into Black Ops 4 as well upon the full release. So hopefully you guys can get some great footage, and we'll get it up on the channel for you guys as well. But I'm going to stop droning on and waffling on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and the little clips we've got. Bring on the next weekend of the beta, and I will see you guys soon. Laters, gang.